Your first heartbreak really affects you for the rest of your life. And that first heartbreak sucks.
You got some that they cry about it, they write notes, and it'll change your life forever.
You were just looking for your heart's forever home, and it just gets abandoned.
The first time I had my heart broken was when I was in 6th grade, and there was this girl in my class. She was beautiful, and I start hearing whispers from her 6th grade friends, hey, she's really into you. She wants to be your girlfriend. And boom, I had my first girlfriend. My first girlfriend who was kissing me on the lips. We went out to see Richie Rich the movie, which at the time was the best movie. Everything was perfect until one day when I got a call from her friend telling me that I no longer had a girlfriend, that she had fallen out of love with me and had been calling me toilet bowl head for a while because I had dyed my hair blonde, but it was like cut on the sides. So apparently to her, it looked like poop and pee. I need a second.
The first time I ever got my heart broken was when I was in 7th grade. And it was my very first internet boyfriend. Oh, God. I met him in a chat room. Things were going great. We exchanged photos, and he sent over his photo, and I said, oh, you're a handsome guy. And then I was like, I'm gonna send over my photo, which my cousin took of me in like this traditional Vietnamese gown at some family holiday, and there was just no response. Nothing. I know what you're thinking, internet boyfriend, you're like, whatever, it's not that big of a deal. It was a big deal, okay? It sucked a lot.
My first time being heartbroken, I was in a relationship with this girl for like a year. It was beautiful, she was smart, she was ambitious, but she also like took care of me. Like she would pay for meals, she had a car, she took me on like trips. I was like, this is perfection. I'm living in a perfect dream world. And then I'm at her apartment, I go on the computer to turn on some tunes, and her Gmail pops up first. And I look, and it says, so-and-so has wired you $2,000. So I was like, who is this person? So I confronted her about it, and she broke down, started crying. She was like, I have a sugar daddy. And I was like, well, that's news for the relationship. She swears to this day that she never slept with this guy while we were together, which is like a moment for everybody, I think. Then I realized if she had a sugar daddy and she was paying for some of my things, it's sort of like I had a sugar daddy. I have no idea that I'm walking around with a sugar daddy. I'm not telling people that I had a sugar daddy. Well, now I'm telling people that I had a sugar daddy.
I was dating someone and then moved to their city because we were dating for a while. And then as I landed and unpacked my bags, we broke up, and I was like, oh, I've just signed a 6-month lease on this flat, so great. But I enjoyed living there in the end, but it was a bit like, f***'s sake.
The first time I was heartbroken, I was dating this girl in the 9th grade. She said, I love you, and I'm glad God put you in my life. And then the next day, she said, I don't think it's gonna work out. I said, well, that ain't what you said yesterday. You said God put me in your life, and now all of a sudden you don't want me no more? Like, I was heartbroken, and my heart has never been the same. It left. My heart jumped out of my chest and said, bye.
I was 20, and we were engaged. He asked me very romantically. We were on a floor. Then I said, yeah, sure. So we're living together, we have some roommates, and he decides that he wants to talk to me alone in the bathroom so my roommates don't hear, and I'm like, oh my God, we're talking about wedding plans. But what he actually did was tell me that he had cheated on me again. And now I'm alone.
So my first time being heartbroken, I was in 3rd grade. I was deeply in love with this girl. From like kindergarten, we would like always sit next to each other, like on field trips, we would always try to like buddy up or whatever. I saved up a whole $1 and I got a mood ring and I brought it to her the next day and I was like, hey, do you want to get married? And she was like, yeah, like I would love to. That was cool, that was great. Second grade, totally a breeze. Then coming back third grade the next year, I was like, yo, like, do you wanna go jump rope? And she was just like, no, I wanna go play with my friends. And I was like, something's up. I know my wife, I know this relationship. And then one point she just comes up to me and she's like, I want a divorce. I know what you're saying, like, this is elementary school, these feelings aren't real, but a philosopher once said the first cut is the deepest. And this was my first cut, this hurt. I was so distraught.
My advice to you to avoid all heartbreak, never say yes to anything while pretty easy.
Your first heartbreak teaches you also how to deal with the future ones.
Move on. Get out of there. You don't need that.
You know what I started doing? I started going around messing other people's relationships up. If I saw somebody holding hands, I'll go straight through them. Move. Flag on the play. I don't want to see love in this hallway ever.